Good morning, students. Today we have a topic known as the toll-like receptors. Now, this is a very interesting topic in immunology and one of my favorites. So, let's start straight away. So, what are toll-like receptors? Now, these toll-like receptors are basically innate immunity receptors which are found on the cells of the innate immune system like macrophages and dendritic cells, and apart from that, they are also found on other cells and we will be discussing about them. But first thing first, what are the functions of these toll-like receptors? Well, toll-like receptors, they recognize certain molecular patterns present on the surface of the pathogens or basically microbes, that is bacteria, your viruses such as LPS. Now LPS, you must be knowing, LPS stands for lipopolysaccharides and double-stranded RNA, which is very common in viruses but not found in humans or higher mammals or organisms. So therefore, these receptors are also called PRRs, which stands for pattern recognition receptors. And in fact, of all the PRRs known, the first PRR to be discovered were toll-like receptors. They were the first PRR receptors to be discovered. PRR stands for pattern recognition receptors, and these receptors, they recognize certain molecular patterns on the surface of the microbes. Okay, so the first protein, toll. Now let's talk about the discovery of the toll. Now this all concept began with the discovery of the toll. Toll was a protein which was discovered in the fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster. Now this protein had a role in the immune system of the fly. Now I will like you to look at this image. What happens is, the moment the toll is knocked down, the moment the gene is knocked down, the fly becomes susceptible to infection by fungus, and you can see all this fungus growing over the surface of the fly. So therefore, the protein gave a protective immunity to the fly from fungal infection. So that was the role which was deciphered, and toll was very first protein which was discovered. Now discovery of toll really opened the concept of toll-like receptors, because what happened next was, similar proteins were found in other organisms. So because they were found in other organisms, so they were having high degree of homology to toll. So because they were homologous to toll, therefore these proteins which were discovered in other organisms, mammals, they were called toll-like receptors, because toll was a Drosophila protein, but the proteins which were discovered after that in humans and other mammals, they were referred to as toll-like receptors. And this discovery happened in the year 1994 and afterwards. So till date, there are around 10 human and 13 mouse TLR families which have been discovered. So 10 different human TLRs and 13 different mouse TLRs families, they have been discovered. And as I was telling you, toll-like receptors are expressed on many kind of immune system cells, innate immune system cells like neutrophils, macrophages, dendritic cells, natural killer cells, mast cells, basophils, and eosinophils. Now apart from that, these which are available or shown here, toll-like receptors are also found in some B and T cells. So that means toll-like receptors have a very ubiquitous expression pattern in the immune system. They have a ubiquitous expression pattern where they are found almost everywhere. Now, what is the function of the toll-like receptors? Let's concentrate on this concept. Now, toll-like receptors, they recognize certain molecules which are collectively called PAMPs. Now, PAMPs is an acronym for pathogen associated molecular patterns. Now, most of the pathogens, most of these small microbes, these bacteria, these pathogens, they have certain molecular patterns which are exclusive, which are unique, which are not found in higher organisms. So, and if you want to talk about what are these, and collectively these molecular patterns which are found in these pathogens, they are referred to as PAMPs. I again repeat the acronym: pathogen associated molecular patterns. Now there are certain PAMPs which are found in bacteria. So there is LPS. The LPS stands for the lipopolysaccharide, and this is found in the cell wall of gram-negative bacteria, a very popular and a common compound. Similarly, you have teichoic acid, which is found in the cell wall of gram-positive bacteria, and you have flagellin. Now flagellin is basically the protein of the flagella. You can see a tuft of flagella here. So flagellin is the protein of the flagella, and now all these patterns, these are very specific. I mean, you will never expect an LPS to be present in mouse or humans, not possible, or mammals for that matter. So therefore they are very exclusive and selectively present in your small organisms, or rather bacteria or microbes. Similarly, you have dsRNA or single stranded RNA. Now RNA is the genetic material which is found in exclusively in viruses. There is no known system apart from viruses which is known to harbor RNA as the genetic material. I repeat, RNA as the genetic material is not found anywhere else. So that means these are again very exclusive and unique patterns. Similarly, you have zymosan in yeast, and zymosan in yeast is again recognized by these toll-like receptors. So this is just a snipe shot from the various gamut of PAMPs which are recognized by these toll-like receptors. Now here I have mentioned all the toll-like receptors and their ligands. Three things I have mentioned: the toll-like receptor family which is there, and the ligand what they recognize, and where are they located. So toll-like receptors, from the common perception it would appear that they are extracellular, but no, some of the TLRs are also intracellular and they are expressed in the endosomes. And TLR, they can work like homomers or heterodimers. Now you can see TLR 2+1, that means this is working as a heterodimer, and they recognize triacylated lipoproteins, and this location is extracellular. Similarly, you have TLR2 which works along with TLR6, and they recognize diacylated lipoproteins and zymosan, location is extracellular. TLR3 recognize double-stranded RNA which is pertaining to the virus, and you can see the location is intracellular, so that means it is present in the endosomes. TLR4, it recognizes lipopolysaccharides of the gram-negative bacteria, and location is extracellular. TLR5 recognizes flagellin, location is extracellular. TLR7, TLR8 both recognize single-stranded RNA and their location is intracellular. TLR9 recognizes CpG DNA and location is again intracellular. TLR10, nothing is known, neither the ligand is known or determined, and nor is the location determined or known. So therefore it is written unknown. And if you see here, TLR6 has been mentioned along with TLR2, so I have not mentioned TLR6 alone because TLR6 does the signaling along with TLR2. So all the 10 TLR families have been mentioned in this slide. Now this is a typical structure of a toll-like receptor. You can see there is a membrane. So there is a single transmembrane domain in most of the TLRs, and there is a leucine-rich repeat domain which is extracellular, which is involved in the signaling, and the intracellular domain is the TIR domains. There are 3 TIR domains and they are involved in the intracellular actions, cytoplasmic actions, and this is the ribbon model. So I think this is all for the day. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share, and write us back at genesisacademydaily@gmail.com. Thank you.